You got the goods?
Yeah. Essence of toad. Twice blessed sage. Maybe that's the toad.
Well, we better be sure. Destroying this box is supposed to be a pretty delicate operation.
Well, then they shouldn't leave it in the hands of the lay people.
Well, Will laid it out for us pretty well.
Wow, she even drew helpful diagrams. That's the pedestal.
Mm-hmm. And the ingredients. And us. See, there's you. There's me.
Well, how can you tell which is which? I mean, they both kind of look stick figurey to me.
Well, this one's me. See the little guitar?
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, nobody liked my Will.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Revisiting Sunnydale. I'm Camila.
I'm Marcella.
And we are driving in a car right now.
Yep, we spent today at Wizard World, Cleveland.
Yes, we went all the way to Cleveland, which is actually just 2 hours. It's a day trip. To go see Nick Brendon and Charisma Carpenter.
Yep.
Because Charisma, I have never seen her on our side of the world.
No.
At any cons. So this was kind of like a once-in-a-lifetime thing, I think. Which is usually like in Dallas or Europe.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm sure I'm not going to Europe.
Right, for that. And I don't know, she may not be doing these cons for very long. Like,
I don't know. We had our shot, we took it.
Yep, we get it. We got it. Totally worth it. So, yeah, so we're going to record this episode in the car, and hopefully, so we can't unbox anything. We've got a bunch of stuff to unbox.
We'll get that to you later.
Between both of it. And I know that Geeky Spice has sent us a voicemail message, but we don't have the means right now to deal with that. So we'll get to you next episode, buddy.
Yep.
Thank you for finally sending us in some a message.
For being our shining star.
You're a champ. You're the big winner. You're the VIP. You're the MVP. We appreciate you. So we'll address your email or your message in the next episode. When we're back in the stewed in the library?
Yeah.
In the Sunnydale library.
Yeah, as long as we make it to where we're supposed to go. Siri may or may not be leading us to where.
So keep in mind there also may be some random, like, are we going the right way chatter while we're doing this? But, alright, so hopefully we can do this. This is a first.
It's an experiment. Live on the road.
So, this is episode 52 of Revisiting Sunnydale, and, let's see. I don't know, I think we may have missed it, and maybe a little bit later than it was, but we owe, I guess, a happy birthday to Mercedes McNabb and Mark Metcalf. And, also coming up in this episode, we had, some 20 random questions.
Yes, we did.
With Nicholas Brendon. He, sat down with us and participated in a little segment I call Questionable Conversation, where we're just asking 20 random questions, non-Buffy related, because I'm sure the man is sick and tired. Well, not sick and tired, but I just want to do something different. Maybe find something out that we haven't heard him talk about.
And we did. We got good stuff.
Yeah, it was fun. So stay tuned for that later in this episode. But for now, we're going to talk about Choices, Season 3, Episode 19, which original air date May 4th, 1999. Also, happy 20th anniversary.
Yes, happy
guys.
20th anniversary. Buffy slays 20.
Yay! This episode is written by David Fury, directed by James A. Contner, and the summary is: the mayor takes Willow prisoner after Buffy and her friends steal away a box containing demonic energy needed for Ascension Day. Our guest stars for this episode are Harry Groner as Mayor Richard Wilkins. And Eliza Dushku is Faith.
I love her.
Faith is amazing. And
she
also,
really is.
You guys also may have noticed Eliza Dushku released a video or whatever this past couple weeks admitting that she had some drug problems.
Yep.
And she's a recovering alcoholic as well, around the time when she was on Buffy, which I had no idea.
Me neither.
So
proud of her.
Yeah, way to go, Eliza, for welcoming us into that part of your life and, taking action and recovering and being strong and staying strong. So, hats off to you. So, yes. So, we start off this episode, the mayor is giving Faith the most badass gift ever.
It's a wicked knife. Like, who's she supposed to be killing with this thing?
Right. You guys all know the knife. I'm sure there's replicas floating around, as well as people, like, I've seen people actually have purchased, like, $150.
Yeah. Custom made
Yeah. Which,
replica. Like, that's...
it's cool and all,
Okay.
but I'm literally going to have to be killing somebody in order for me to
Like,
justify
who are you
spending that money.
That's not okay.
No. The mayor's still moving on along with his plans for the ascension, and there's a big package coming from South America, which contains his demonic spiders.
I love the part where she's like, you want me to help you move a buddy move a couch?
She gets a little sassy.
She does, and he puts her in her place. Like, excuse me, you work for me.
Yeah.
I can send you right back to that motel where I found you.
Exactly. And it's like her whole everything changes like that. She's like, yeah, yes, boss. He even threatens to take her gift away. And she's like, no, I'm sorry. You know, my bad.
You work for him. He's not your dad.
Yeah.
But he loves you. As will find out later. Then we get the weirdest... I don't understand Buffy and Angel. You're dating, you're not dating, you need a break, you don't need a break.
When did we decide that they were dating again? I totally missed that because I feel like the last real conversation they had was that we can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And
we
now...
need a break. Now you're full on going to...
Sorry, honey.
Yeah, no. Let's just get you to 50. No. I don't think so.
Also, this episode, I guess Buffy has been chosen by Northwestern. She got into a college.
Yes. Which I honestly didn't think it was going to happen. I mean, I knew she tested well, but does Buffy come off to you as the type of person that would follow through on submitting an application?
No. I didn't think I wouldn't imagine that she would have actually filled out the applications, written the personal essay.
Right.
And then sent it in.
All I needed was one quick little scene where we find out that Willow is the one that actually applied to college for Buffy. Wrote her essays and got her into Northwestern and UC Sunnydale.
Right. Joyce is super proud, and she mentions that it's expensive in Northwestern. I don't know how expensive it was in 1999.
Yeah.
But, you know, college, that shit ain't cheap, especially for a single mom. And then she also makes a comment about how her father should be, quote, pitching in, or might. Maybe we'll get your father to pitch in.
Might?
Are you fucking crazy?
Come on now.
Like, there's no. Hank has not been around for the last, we'll just say 4 years since they moved to Sunnydale.
Worst absentee dad on TV.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure he's not sending any checks.
Yep.
He's definitely not spending any time.
Nope.
So the motherfucker should be paying for college full on. There should be no question.
When was the last time we even saw him? When he dropped her off at the beginning of season 2 and bought her too many clothes?
Was that
when she had her attitude?
After? Yeah.
After she killed the master and spent the summer in LA
I
with
think
him?
so. That's the last time, and he missed her birthday.
Yeah.
And sent her some cheap-ass flowers.
Cheap-ass FTD flowers.
And, like, here's the tickets. Can't go. Sorry. Couldn't even make
Signed
a phone
by
call.
His secretary.
Couldn't even make a phone call to actually talk to her about it.
No. Well, you pitch in.
Whatever. Yeah.
And Joyce is so excited just to call her apparent sister that no one knew we had in Chicago.
Never talked about before. I don't even think an aunt has ever been mentioned.
No.
When Joyce died.
No. I've
been...
often wondered who all those people were at what we won't mention because it hasn't happened yet and some people are watching as it goes. But who were those people?
I don't know.
Gallery workers?
As far as I know, Joyce didn't really have many friends.
No, except for
Pat, who got killed violently.
I hate Pat. So Snyder's on this weird crusade to bust kids for drugs in school. He's harassing everyone.
Yeah.
It's my lunch.
What are those drugs? Like one kid passes off his lunch to the next one and he's like, oh yeah, sure, is that the new code name? Lunch? No, seriously, it's a bologna sandwich.
Yeah, well, it could have been. Okay.
Like, why are you all hyped up all of a sudden?
It's just the weirdest thing. And so Buffy's talking about how she's gonna, she got into Northwestern, and there's a lot of college talk in this one.
There is, and they're all very excited, the possibilities, and everything's gonna be great, and it's gonna be awesome, and then Cordy swings by to drop some extra hate and fucked upness to the gang, just, because she can, there's no reason.
Yeah.
Like, she's just so fucking bitter about everything, and just
I think they're gloating about how many schools, like, Willow's gotten into every school she applied to.
right.
Oxford, MIT, everywhere.
And I like when Courtney says, she mentions Yale, and she's like, and Yale's just for people who don't get accepted to Harvard.
I got accepted to Harvard. Oxford's just a clear sellout with housing, or MIT is,
and who wants to spend their time in England, 4 years in England? Oh, I wouldn't mind it.
I'd like it.
I think that'd be pretty good.
So Buffy tries to chip in, and that's where our Courtney burn of the week comes in. Because Courtney says, I'm sorry, this conversation is reserved for people who actually have a future.
Ouch.
Okay, well then you might want to talk to Xander, because he's not. He's considering being Jack Kerouac.
Like, seriously.
Seriously.
For someone who is never, like, he's taking on the road very literally.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's ever made mention of actually writing any novels or stories or narratives or paragraphs.
And Oz, I love that Oz is just like, that's an angry woman.
Oz, always so understated.
And it gets to Buffy, but it more like she's like, I'm going to kick her. I'm sick of her.
Right. Because it's a little more personal at this point. It's like, yeah, okay, you may be talking about that in the, like, Buffy literally could die.
Right.
She could be killed at any moment.
And I've always wondered, like, why, like, I get Cordelia, okay, I get you being pissed off at Willow and at Xander. They did some fucked up shit to you.
Right.
Buffy didn't have anything to do with that.
And Oz had zero.
Zero.
He is in the same, he was cuckolded.
Yes. And yet you seem to spit all your venom at Buffy, and I don't get why.
I don't understand.
So it gets Buffy all riled up, and she goes to Wesley, and she's like, I want to leave. I want to go to school. I got into Northwestern. Giles is super proud of her.
Mm-hmm.
And Wesley's just like, no, you cannot leave. And
you can't go.
What? Yeah, that'll work. I love that Giles it's like, yeah, okay, like, that's going to end this conversation. And she's trying to tell him, I'll come back every break, you just have to hold the fort down. Has he been in a fight? Who's holding the fort down?
Nobody.
Buffy, you didn't think this completely through before.
We still haven't worked through proper training with, like, Xander and, like, the people that should be trained that are going out there with you on the regular. And what exactly could the council do if she did up and leave?
Nothing.
Not a damn thing. Because
she fired Wesley, and they didn't really do shit.
Anybody.
Yeah, except for them. The Watchers get paid. I don't understand why the Watchers get a salary and
but
Buffy
Slayers
doesn't.
Don't.
It's her life on the line.
It's not like you're paying a bunch of Slayers at the same time.
You are now.
Buffy kind of bumped up that system a little bit.
But Wesley's just not having any of it. She's like, well, what if I can come up with a plan? You know, I'm sick of waiting around to figure out what the Master's going to do. Let's take the fight to him. Let's figure out what he's doing and, you know, let's get this shit done.
Right.
And Wesley's whole point is, like, with Faith being bad now, like, before, if Faith hadn't gone bad, sure, you could have left and gone to school. Faith could have held the fort down. It would have been fine.
Right.
But now with her being evil, no, it doesn't work like that.
Kind of needs you. Speaking of Faith, she goes to pick up the mayor's box of you.
Yeah.
At, I guess, a private landing strip.
Yeah.
Some dude with a face tattoo meets her there, and she decides to, instead of paying him, she's going to kill him.
Yep, she killed him. She shot him, I think, with a bow, right?
Yeah.
Then comes down and cuts his hand off because his hand is handcuffed to the box.
Right.
So she uses her new toy.
Which, this is so unnecessary.
It's not going to cut through metal. No, but it'll cut through bone. Yeah.
I love he's like, you killed him. She's like, what are you, the narrator?
And, like, why send that vampire in the first place?
Yeah, I don't understand what the whole point, what was the actual game plan? Because I feel like the mayor was prepared to meet with the guy.
Yeah.
It was just kind of Faith who decided that he didn't need to. She was just going to kill him instead of paying.
And I don't know about you, but he looked like a guy, not a demon.
No, he just looked like a dude.
He looked like a smarmy criminal
that has made questionable choices in his life, including a face tattoo.
I hope he's a demon, because that would be her second human death.
Mm-hmm. And she really seems to feel zero about this one.
Yeah. She's becoming a good henchman, I guess.
Yeah, she's going further and further down that.
She saved him money.
Maybe got herself a little cash.
I wonder if she gave it back to him. Or did she stake that vampire too and say that the demon killed the vampire and she killed the demon?
I think she told the mayor about that she decided to kill him. And I think he gave her...
And that's right, he was like initiative.
Yeah, he was very proud of her. I think he gave her the money. So Buffy sees Faith go back to City Hall with the box of demons. And I think they kind of learn about what the plan is. Something in the box is very important to the Ascension.
We're gonna go get that box.
Yeah.
Which is, the plan is bad. It's a bad plan.
It's very faulty.
This is what happens when you let Buffy plan things.
She's not a strategist.
She's not.
And I do appreciate, like, Buffy, she does have a lot of sixth sense, I guess, or she does figure out things rather quickly, even if she can't articulate what she's figured out. But usually, like, you know, she'll have a gut feeling. That would be like the basis. That's the what has happened boiled down to its bareness.
Yeah.
And then it comes out like, yeah, that's basically it. Yes, Buffy was right. In the long run.
And so I think the mayor tells Faith that he has to ingest the contents of this box as part of his ascension. And I love that she's like, you're wicked gross. And she tried to open it, and he was like, nope.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
There's like 5,000 of those things in there or something.
Yeah. Gavrocks. Which I saw in a trivia thing. They're actually Tootsie Rolls that that he was cutting up and eating. I read that somewhere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because his mouth was black.
I always thought they were giant pieces of, like, licorice.
Yeah.
But who could chew on a big piece of black licorice? Like,
I hate licorice. Black licorice is disgusting.
it's disgusting. I don't like the flavor. I don't like the look. No one should eat that much black dye.
Mm-mm.
Not for me.
Not my thing.
Now strawberry,
Oh, yeah, Twizzlers all day.
all day.
So the gang is coming up with the plan, and Wesley is kind of fucked up because nobody's respected his authority.
I love that. I'm telling the council. He's too green. They shouldn't have sent him. Even though I love Wesley and I love where Wesley goes.
Yes.
He was probably not the best choice for two Slayers, one of which is highly mentally unstable.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know why, like, they fired Giles, and it just doesn't make sense why they would just entrust two Slayers. Sure, this is a first for them, but it just makes sense that each Slayer would have their own watcher.
Right. It's like they were like, well, we know Giles isn't leaving, and he is the far superior watcher.
Right. We don't have to pay him.
We don't have to pay him.
He's going to continue to be our watcher anyway, whether we want him to or not.
And they're all staring at they've come up with the plan, and Wesley's just like, oh, none of us thought about that, did we? And they're all just staring at him like, sounds like a job for Wiccan Girl.
Yeah. And Willow gets to flex her Wiccan muscles.
Yes. She's going to disable the alarms on the box. So the plan is they're going to break in through a skylight, apparently.
Mission Impossible style. Dun,
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
And she's going to pour some herbs or stuff
Some magic stuff.
on a box. And
To remove whatever protective spell that the mayor has on him.
and then Buffy and Angel will go get the box.
In the meantime, Xander's rolling around town. I don't know, what was he going to get? Magic bucks,
I don't know what he was
supplies,
doing.
donuts. But he runs into Cordy at a store, checking out dresses, and he decides to take this opportunity because he hasn't had his feelings hurt enough by her.
Right?
He goes in and engages, which, why?
Why?
Just leave well enough alone. She's kind of better at it than you. Like this tit for tat, she's better.
Yeah. And he's like rubbing in her face all the colleges that Willow got in. And she's like, I got in here.
Right.
And
He's
here.
like, you're just jealous because
Yeah.
nobody wanted you. And like, the grades were there, but, you know, the interview just wasn't the best, and Daddy's money couldn't blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, hey, check and mate. I've got into all these bitches. Everything that I wanted.
And she's got into all the awesome, cool party, like, great schools, too.
Yeah.
But little do we know, there's pain behind those eyes.
Pain behind those eyes.
And so now we're going to do crime.
Because that's what the Scooby Gang does.
I don't know where, is this Oz's van?
A lot of breaking and entering.
And why isn't Oz driving Oz's van?
I don't think it's Oz's van. Does Wesley have a van?
I don't know.
I mean, we know Giles has a beater car, and they're all in the van, and Wesley dropping Angel, Willow, and Buffy off at the mayor's office, and Wesley's like, "Hey, let's synchronize our." And they're all like, "We don't wear watches." Wesley is upset.
Apparently, Xander's gotten rid of his Tweety Bird watch, and so they're going to do some crime.
Yep.
And the plan was supposed to be that Willow would do her part, go back down, meet up with Giles and Wesley and take off.
Go back and go perform this ceremony or ritual, because there's like, they've got Oz and Xander back at the library with like the magic supplies and making a stew of sorts in some magical cauldron.
Which I feel like Giles or Wesley should have been doing.
One of them should have stayed behind. One of them should have been doing
that.
They didn't need. Both of them did not need to be at the mayor's.
So Willow does her mojo. And she leaves and does not get in that van.
No. In the meantime, like while she's off, Angel lowers Buffy into the mayor's office. She like grabs the box, and they didn't count on actual alarms.
Yeah.
And those go off, and vampires come in, and for whatever reason, Angel is unable to yank Buffy back up with his fucking superhero vampire strength. Like, sure, the pulley was jammed. It wasn't working.
Rip
so you
that pulley off and get your girl out of that hole.
You're a vampire. What good is it?
You suck.
Why are you here? What good was bringing you?
Yeah. So then she has to fight.
Yeah, so he cuts her down, and she goes down and fights, and he comes down and helps her fight. But they manage to get out of there still with the box.
And the mayor is pissed.
He's so upset.
He's mad. Well, I just got this table, and oh yeah, they have my box. And in walks Faith. Yeah, they do. But look what we got.
She has Willow.
Yep. She yanked her up, too.
Yeah. There's a lot of rage there.
Yeah.
Like, Faith was upset still. There's a lot of pain.
Yep.
Talk about pain behind those eyes.
Seriously. She's mad. Nobody wants to spend any time with her. That's why she had to go to the mayor.
I know. There's a lot of pent-up aggression. And she's still got these... Like, if she had just really sat down and unpacked these feelings...
Might not have gone that way.
Yeah. Sit down and talk to somebody.
Yep.
You know, I am feeling underappreciated, guys. I feel like you don't really take the time to get to know me.
Yep.
And I feel like one of you could invite me to stay in your home.
Just one of you. And I may be looking at you, Buffy.
Because I know you're probably the most likely candidate for it.
There's no, Slayer dormitory. So they realize when they get back to the library that they don't have Willow. And Buffy's just like, how did this happen? It's nobody's fault, but how the fuck did this happen?
Right. Like, we don't know what happened. We don't know if Faith got the upper hand, if Willow was dilly-dallying, or what. We don't know what
I'm
happened.
pretty sure Wesley just drove off. I remember seeing him they thought it would, cause a distraction. And I remember the vampires, chasing after the van. Yeah, they left her there.
Yeah. I guess Faith just got lucky.
Yeah. And so there's this argument going on about what should we do.
Terrible. They're all pissed off. Wesley wants to... He's like, we can't chance it.
Yeah, we need to kill this boss.
Like, sorry, Will. So he's ready to sacrifice her. Buffy's like, that's Will. Everybody else is like, this is bullshit.
Yep.
We gotta do this. And they just keep going back and forth and back and forth. And they're like, we finally have the means to get rid of this. Which Oz, very quietly, gets up and breaks the one thing that they needed to destroy the box. So
it was badass.
Yeah. Now there's no question.
And he just nods at Buffy.
Yep.
And she nods back. I love that moment. That's one of my favorite. And she tells Giles, make the call.
Yep.
We're going to trade. We'll give him back the box. to get Willow back.
Yep.
So they have this clandestine meeting in the dark of night.
In the school.
In the school.
Why?
Why?
Why? Why the school?
You could have gone anywhere.
A park?
Why the school?
The actual, like, it doesn't make any sense because it seems like that's their turf.
Yeah.
So
So
you're the mayor of town. You couldn't find any other warehouse.
You couldn't have had them just come back to you.
At the docks. Like, the school just seemed like the worst possible choice.
Like, just bring my box back to me, and you can have her.
So, but this is also like a really great scene. Like when they finally, it's all dark and shit, and then the mayor rolls in and he starts to drop some knowledge.
He does. Oh, there is the scene at the in his office before they call, though, when badass Willow, floats a pencil into a vampire's back.
Oh, that's right.
Stakes a vampire, and instead of leaving, decides to Nancy Drew around a bit.
She finds the books of Ascension.
And she's just reading them.
And sits down.
Like cross-legged on the floor.
Like it's fucking Sunday afternoon with tea and my books. Like,
it's like, baby girl, grab a couple pages,
yeah,
and get the fuck out of there.
Like, if anything, she probably could have just grabbed one full-on book and gotten out of there.
Yeah.
It would have been fine.
So, of course, Faith is just like, you just can't stop, can you?
Like, you're so dumb. Like, anybody with sense would have been the fuck out of here, but no.
And there's a good argument that happened. Well, it's a one-sided argument, I guess.
Kind of. Faith tries to get smart, and she's like, oh, is this the, blah, 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 throwing some insults. I'm like, oh, is this the part where you tell me it's not too late?
She's like, it's way too late.
And Faith wasn't expecting that.
No. She's like, you had your chance, but you chose something else. And she basically just spit mad venom back at her.
Right.
And instead of, coming back with insults of her own, she just punches Willow in the face.
Yeah, and I mean, the argument is you hurt me, I hurt you worse. Okay.
Yep, I'm just a little more efficient at it.
Yeah, you're no good with your words.
And Willow, who is good with her words, is like, oh, and I just thought you didn't have a comeback. And Faith was about to dig in her ass again, but the mayor showed up and said, I just got the most interesting call. So they're having their meeting, and yeah, why does he just decide, I'm just gonna shit all over Angel and Buffy's relationship?
Like, and I think he acts like this is the first time he's seen Buffy.
He kind of jetted before he really got a look at her in Band Candy.
Okay.
In the tunnel, like as soon as they dropped down, he ghosted.
Okay. So he's like, oh, so this is the little girl that's been giving me so much trouble.
Yeah.
And, notes that she's pretty. And then he looks at Angel and is like, you're basically, talks about the fucking differences that everybody in the world should have been seeing before this point. It's like, this is stupid, basically, and I'm paraphrasing. You're 200 some odd years old, you're a fucking vampire. This girl is like 18, has her whole life ahead of her.
Yep.
And a fucking human. And you want
nothing to offer her.
You want to be selfish and cower around in the shadows and dark of night with her when she should be out in the sunlight, flourishing, growing.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
God, you kids, you don't like to think about the future. You don't like to make plans. But unless you want Faith to gut your friend like a sea bass, you'll show a little respect for your elders.
You're not my elder. I got a lot of years on you.
Yeah, and that's just one of the things you're going to have to deal with. You're immortal. She's not. It's not easy. I married my Edna May in '03, and I was with her right until the end. Not a pretty picture. Wrinkled and senile and cursing me for my youth. Wasn't our happiest time. And let's forget the fact that any moment of true happiness will turn you evil. I mean, come on, what kind of a life can you offer her? I don't see a lot of Sunday picnics in the offing. She's skulking in the shadows, hiding from the sun. She's a blossoming young girl, and you want to keep her from the life she should have until it's passed her by. And by God, I think that's a little selfish. Is that what you came back from hell for? Is that your greater purpose?
So then, what happens then? The worst thing that could have possibly happened. Fucking Snyder. Why are you at the school with 2 security guards? He busts into the room.
What's going on here?
Yeah.
Drugs.
And
Dealing
again,
drugs.
the mayor, like, ghosts into the shadows. Like, he steps back, and when he realizes it's not going to go down and he's not going to leave, he steps out like, excuse me. Mr. Mayor, I didn't know.
How would you? How could you?
So then
Why
one
would I
of
be
the
here?
rent-a-cops opens the box.
Just poking around for no good reason and gets full-on attacked by some giant spider thing.
And all hell breaks loose.
Yep.
Hey, it's the first sign that actually said Pittsburgh. We're not lost.
Woo, and it's now snowing or something, or raining.
Like snow rain.
Snain.
Snain. It's fine. Yeah, so now they have to try and, you know, get the one. I think 2 escape. So 2 get out, and the mayor makes a comment about you might not want to leave that open.
Another one tries to get out. Someone closes it real quick.
I think Buffy kills one, and then I do believe Wesley full-on thought she was throwing that knife at him.
Yes. There's one behind Wesley, and then Faith kills it with, like, tosses a knife at it, into it. And there's also a very, I enjoy the realness of Xander and Wesley and Giles jumping up on tables. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
And Snyder, in that chair, he picked up a chair and was, like, holding it in front of him.
Yes. I don't think they're interested in your chest. They're looking at faces
Yeah.
that seem to be attached.
How about
to
you
faces.
cover your face?
And I think one attacks the mayor, gets on his face, and then they all see that, you know, it penetrates him, cuts his face, but then when they get it off, it just grows back. Like, he heals really quickly, and everybody sees this, and it's like, oh, this is what we're dealing with.
Like, okay, great. So then they grab the box, and they're going to head out, but Faith doesn't want to go because her knife is in the wall.
I was wondering if that longing look was, like, she realized now that she's really kind of in it, or
Nope, it was all about her knife.
Why didn't she just go get it?
I know.
Like, nobody was going to stop her.
It's not like they were going to attack you when you walked over there. And he had to call her out and be like, Faith, don't make me, I don't like repeating myself, I think is what he said.
Yes, Dad.
I'm sorry, but my knife, I just got it.
I just got it. I've got to use it exactly twice.
Don't worry, you'll get it back soon.
Yep.
And so they lose the day. This is one of those rare occasions where they get Willow back, but
they didn't get what they didn't get to do what they had set in there to do.
Yeah.
Was destroy that box, which is supposed to be key in the mayor's ascension.
I don't understand why or how, but okay. I guess he has to eat those things and they'll change his body chemistry, whatever.
Yeah. He can feel his organs shifting. I can feel my body murdering. It's all...
It's all nasty stuff that I don't want to be a part of.
Yeah, it's gross. So, Buffy and Willow are sitting back at the library, and Willow's recapping everything for Buffy, and Giles has kind of had enough. He's like, that's great, but, like, I'm happy you stood up for yourself, but did you remember anything from the Ascension, from the books of Ascension? Willow's like, nah, not so much, but maybe you want to check out these pages I ripped out.
When did she do that?
When did she do it? When did she put it? Where did she put it? Where did she have them? She didn't have pockets.
No.
And why didn't she lead with that?
Right.
Like, as soon as y'all got back, you should have just told, like, you're fucking with Giles. You're trying to give Giles a heart attack.
He was so happy, though.
He was.
He had something to do. So then there's a nice little conversation. Is it at the end of this one? I've watched this one in prom like 5 times.
It's the end of
in
this
the past 2 weeks where they have the college conversation.
Her and Willow?
Yeah.
But yeah. It's the end of
It's
this
so
one.
cute.
So Buffy's like all kind of solemn and sad, sitting in the...
Because she's realized she can't go anywhere.
I know.
She can't leave.
It's a sad thing.
She's stuck going to UC Sunnydale.
Mm-hmm.
And Willow lets her know,
Well,
I am too. I'm not going anywhere either.
that's a true friend.
And I love that Buffy's like, yay, wait a minute.
Yeah, you could go anywhere. I don't want you. I don't want to be the reason why you stay here.
There are safer schools.
Right.
There are safer prisons. Which is true.
Yes. But Willow, she justifies it.
Mm-hmm.
That, you know, she kind of wants to become a badass Wiccan.
Yeah.
And where else better to do it? To train than the Hellmouth.
Yep. And of the people here, which one is the boss of me? Not you. my life.
Not you, Buffy.
It's what I want to do.
Yep.
She wants to be a part of the fight, so she's going to be matriculating to UC Sunnydale. And they like roll around in the grass, which is adorable.
Yes. And then they make plans to go get sugared up on mochas.
Yep. They drink too many mochas.
They do. I'm questioning why. Did we ever really find out why Xander didn't go to college? Because he couldn't afford it? Couldn't get in? Just didn't want to do school anymore?
I don't think he could get in. Because remember, he at one point made a joke about going to Clown University or the hot dog emporium.
Yes.
And then I'm assuming they never discussed his SAT scores.
Yeah.
So he either didn't do well or didn't take them.
Maybe he didn't take them because, I mean, I can't imagine he could not get into UC Sunnydale or there's not a nice community college there at the school
Right.
in Sunnydale.
I guess they just needed a townie.
Yeah, I guess so.
And he was going to be that guy who just never went to school and just hung out with all of his friends.
We also have Buffy and Angel lying to themselves.
Oh, God.
Don't believe the mayor. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't know us. Yes, he does. He just clearly laid out your entire relationship.
Because he also mentioned about his relationship, which still, I guess he's all immortal and shit, and his mortal wife that he
Edna.
was married to,
My beloved Edna.
cursing him while she got older and he stayed young.
Youth? You? Really?
You're still kind of like young.
You're
like
still an old...
50s, late 50s, early 60s, I'll give you.
Married my Edna in '03. When was that?
What does that mean?
How old are you?
What is '03?
I keep meaning to look it up. I have no idea. Is that like
BC?
BC? How long have you been around? I'm scared.
So there was no song of the week.
No, just a great score.
Christoph Beck, once
Yep.
again,
Doing a damn thing.
doing it.
La.
8 bodies dropped.
Yep.
A vampire dusted by Angel, one dusted by Buffy, a courier killed with Faith's crossbow, another vampire by Buffy, vampire guard by Willow with her pencil, security guard killed by the Grav Rock Spider, a Grav Rock Spider killed by Buffy, and another one killed by Faith.
A lot of bodies for not a very active,
Yeah,
you know, it's kind of active, but
exactly.
just a lot of bodies in one episode.
Yeah, seriously. So moral of the story is if you're going to do crime, make sure the whole team makes it back to the hideout.
Can we just get a head count? That's all I need, is a head count before we actually go back to the library.
We've learned this lesson with Home Alone, I thought.
It's like we've got Angel, Buffy, Wesley, oh shit, guys. Where's Willow?
We're missing one. We're missing the redhead.
And like, did they leave separately? Did Angel and Buffy go back on their own with the box, or did they ride in the van? Like, how did you miss her?
I don't feel like the plan was 100%. You guys didn't do the best work
Nope.
on mapping it all out and making sure everybody was on the same page.
Bad teamwork.
Yeah, so plan better. Be better. Do better.
Next episode, though.
The pros?
It's the prom.
Yay!
I love the prom. It has one of the most tear-jerky moments.
It's so sweet.
It's really, really sweet.
All right, so we're going to now take it away to Nicholas Brendon.
20 questions.
Questionable conversation with Nicholas Brendon recorded today in Cleveland.
Yep. If you are listening to this at work, it is NFSW for show.
Yeah, put on your earbuds.
Yes.
Don't let anybody hear that.
Send the kids away.
All right, let's do that.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
So this is 20 random questions?
Yep. So what we're doing now is we're going to sit here. We're here with Nicholas Brendon, and we're going to do 20 random questions in a segment that I like to call questionable conversation.
Okay, that makes sense.
I like it.
Good. All right. So you ready?
Ready.
All right. What album?
Is there a timer?
No.
Okay.
They're not rapid fire.
Okay.
All right. What album can you listen to from beginning to end? And I know Nick is a music buff. That's a tough question.
You know, I will say it's kind of a weird one, but I mean, when I first heard it, I was like, this is changing my life right now. Black Parade.
Ooh,
by Chemical Romance.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's yeah.
It's a good album.
It really is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard it, I'm like, this can't. It gets getting better and better and better.
All right. Do you prefer sunrises or sunsets?
Sunsets.
Have you ever
Because I've seen too many sunrises for the wrong reason.
been on the wrong end?
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a talent show?
No.
Really?
Well, I mean, life. I think life is a one big talent show.
Do you need to write things down to remember them?
That's way too organized. I would need to have both a notebook and a pen at the same time.
From the man who
And-
has lost his
yes.
cell phone like probably 5 times today.
And without you in my life like you used to be, it's just impossible.
What was your first job?
I worked. It was a muffin shop.
Were you the Muffin Man?
It was a muffin man, but
Do you know the Muffin Man?
We now know the Muffin Man.
but the thing that was really funny about it is like the phone number. It was in the valley.
No.
It was like it was 818. It was like 818 like 822 muff. And I'm like, buddy,
Did we think about this?
you gotta. Yeah.
I see what you did there. Your favorite song to sing?
Together Forever by Rick Astley. Together forever and ever to pass. Together forever we do.
I keep thinking my download's going to fail because it's Rick Astley.
How do you learn best? By listening, watching, reading, or doing?
Wow. Probably doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you do when you get home from a trip?
Wow. It's now or what? Okay. Well, that's okay. So let's see here. Shower. Take a shower.
Get all that road dirt
Yeah.
off of you.
Yeah. What is your favorite part of the human face and why?
The mouth, because it sucks my dick.
Nicholas Brendon, everyone.
Hey, oh, mic drop.
Oh, that wasn't your real name?
It is actually, yeah. So that's.
I mean, that's what you.
That's yeah.
Okay.
That's your truth.
Live your truth, man. Do you talk to yourself?
Do I talk to myself? Let's see. Well, I just did. Yes.
Have you ever milked a cow?
No.
Do you read your horoscope?
Like religiously, or have I ever?
No, just like on a regular
No.
basis. Okay.
No.
Do you speak any other languages?
I speak a lot. Well, no.
Really?
I speak idiot. I'm fairly fluent. Do you speak other languages?
I mean, I can get by in Spanish.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
pretty much
like,
it.
yeah, no, I couldn't even get by in Spanish.
It's like I used to be almost fluent before I moved to Pittsburgh.
Really?
But there's no use for it in Pittsburgh
No,
ever,
zero.
so I lost
Yeah,
it.
no, I don't. Yeah,
Like my sister is fluent.
like when I was the waiter, I would speak kind of,
Okay.
restaurant Spanish. Yeah, like chinga tu madre. Type stuff.
Chingate. Pinche cabrón.
Pinche.
Do you remember your dreams?
Not always.
Okay. Outside of family members, with whom is your longest friendship?
Michael Hagen.
Who is someone who encourages you?
I don't know. This is kind of sad. You know what I mean? This really is kind of sad.
No,
I mean,
you've got people that encourage you.
Who?
I'd like to think I encourage you.
Yes, you do. 100%. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Camila.
No.
Yeah.
You didn't have to say it. You never get tired of blank.
Also cute.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I never get tired of chicken parmesan.
Okay, which brings us to, are you a good cook?
I think that I am.
Okay.
Yes, sure. I should do it more often.
Yes. Are you proud of yourself?
Come on now. You want tears? Kind of horrible question is that?
I feel like...
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Today, at this moment.
No, I just ever in my life, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think that's called depression. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So I
absolutely.
think there's a larger question
is.
in that.
It is.
I thought this was
and,
supposed to be fun.
I'm sorry. I forgot that, like, what was happening. 'Cause this is like the normal one that I usually give to other people.
Oh my God.
Like, this is the spiel, and then I was like, I got to it. I was like, fuck, I don't have time to find another question.
Jesus. I mean, just the amount of times I've been, I don't know.
Well,
Have you made mistakes in your life? No, of course not.
that's not the same thing. Like, I think you could.
Proud.
There could be
You know.
certain things in your life that you are proud of.
Yeah, yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think.
I'm sure
But the
there's.
fact that I'm having to say I think, so
Okay,
we'll
that's
just go
fine.
with maybe.
Okay.
You know?
Can you describe yourself in one word?
Jovial.
That's a good one. All right, that's our question.
That's it?
That's it.
I kind of had fun.
Thank you, Nick.
It wasn't hard. It wasn't
that
bad.
We should do 100 of them.
100. I've got like a bunch here. All right, so I hope you learned a little something about our Nicky B.
Don't you guys love him? He's great.
He's hilarious and love him to pieces.
You get an opportunity, definitely stop by at his table at a con.
Yes, he gives great hugs.
He gives great hugs. They're free.
And he's very personable. He talks to everybody. Some people should take a lesson
Yep.
from him on con etiquette.
A little bit of personality, personability.
Goes a long way. Makes people want to see you and pay for your shit.
Multiple times.
Yep. That's cool. That's cool.
That's fine.
All right. So what did you guys think of Choices or anything about this episode, I guess? You can send us a voice message, and Geeky will get to you soon, I promise, next episode.
But leave us another one.
Yeah, you can leave us another one at 412-385-7250, or you can send an MP3 file to revisitingsunnydale@gmail.com. And subscribe, follow us. Please rate and review on iTunes. It's very helpful. We would like to get some sponsors.
We're looking at you, Lenny and Larry.
Yeah, Lenny and Larry's Cookies. You guys are dope. So you can follow us on Twitter at Back to Sunnydale, or you can follow me, Camila, at _Rugged Angel.
Or me, Marcella, at mspear7338.
All right, y'all. So we're going to continue on our journey home. And we've got, another hour?
I think so.
So, yeah. All right. Until next time. Thanks for listening.
Sure. Arg.